Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy Turkey Day. And more of all, happy Big Ten Rivalry Week.
Man, I can't believe it's already here.
Hey, went by fast. BTN Stats Guys back again. I'm Ernest Tolden here with Harold Sheldon. Let's get right to it. There's a lot to talk about this week. Let's start with the college football playoff rankings. Not a lot changed.
No, I mean, the top 12 teams all stayed the same. The only change in their order was 2 and 3 flip-flopping. Miami moved up to 2. Clemson went down to 3. Wisconsin still at 5 despite being 11-0 with the big win last week. They're the first 11-0 power conference team to never be in the top 4 in the committee rankings, which is pretty crazy. Ohio State stays at 9 and Penn State still at 10.
Speaking of rivalry week, what better matchup to start with arguably the biggest rivalry in college sports?
Yeah, Ohio State, Michigan is the game, but it's been pretty one-sided for more than a decade. Ohio State has won 12 of the last 13 meetings, and if they win Saturday, their 6-game streak would be tied for the third longest by either team in the series. JT Barrett is trying to become the first starting quarterback for either side to go 4-0 in this rivalry. He's also 1 win shy of tying Art Schlichter for the most wins overall by an Ohio State quarterback. Meanwhile, Jim Harbaugh is trying to avoid going 0-3 against the Buckeyes. The only Michigan coach to lose his first 3 games against his arch rival was Rich Rodriguez. Harbaugh is just 1-6 against AP top 10 teams since taking over in 2015. So we know all about that game now. Let's talk about the oldest rivalry in college football.
Definitely. Paul Bunyan's axe is on the line in Minneapolis. A borderline rivalry Wisconsin has owned for over a decade, but yet they're still seeking a first in a rivalry that goes back to 1890. The Badgers have won 13 straight beatings against Minnesota, the longest win streak by either team in the history of the series. A series that is currently knotted at 59, 59, and 8. If the Badgers are to extend that win streak this weekend, they will have the all-time edge over Minnesota for the first time. A win will also cement a perfect regular season for the Badgers as they seek their second 12-win season in program history, and will also become just the 7th Big Ten team in history to finish a regular season at least 12-0 or better. Meanwhile, the Gophers are one of 21 FBS teams fighting for bowl eligibility this weekend. But a loss wouldn't put the nail in their bowl hopes just yet. A 5-win Minnesota team will still have a shot at a bowl game if there aren't 78 eligible teams to fill the 39 bowl games. The Gophers have the highest APR score among Big Ten teams and will be 3rd in the pecking order behind Air Force and Duke. This is how the 5-7 Minnesota team was able to reach the Quick Lane Bowl just 2 years ago. If the Gophers can't pull off the upset this weekend, they'll be rooting for a lot of losses across the country.
Yeah, absolutely.
Meanwhile, of those first 2 games we talked about, none of them playing for the bucket, though.
That's true. That's the beauty of this week. All the rivalry trophies. You got the axe, you got the top hat. It's the Atlanta Lincoln, by the way. The Hy-Vee Heroes Trophy, and of course, the bucket.
Can't stop the bucket.
It's a bowl bucket this year, as the winner will go bowling while the loser is likely home for the holidays. Indiana has won 4 straight bucket games, which hasn't happened previously since the mid-1940s. The Hoosiers have never beaten Purdue 5 straight times. They're trying to make a bowl game in 3 straight years for the first time since 1986 to 88, and to finish the regular season with 3 straight wins for the first time since 1946. Meanwhile, Jeff BROHM is trying to join Joe TILELR as the only Purdue head coaches to lead the team to a bowl game in his first season. The Boilermakers haven't gone bowling since 2012. So we got rivalries, we got trophies and all that stuff, but it's Thanksgiving, so what was the spread at the house?
It's a lot of things. I'm a greens man, little mac and cheese, little turkey. Hurt nobody.
You're right about that. We got mac and cheese and we got greens too, but let me tell you, wife, she threw down. We got the duck fat chicken, we got the roast with the coffee rub. Shout out to the wives for keeping the bellies full. And I know you'll probably be feeding your face, but you can still follow us on Twitter at BTN Stats Guys. Enjoy all the food and all the games this weekend, and check back with us next week for little Buckeyes and Badgers as we talk about Indy.
Happy Thanksgiving.